missing someone.
Hey, this is Bond Diesel. I'm bringing you another Intel Insights, this time with Vitaly Tchernenko. He is a pretty big part of the single-player story. I highly suggest listening through his logs. I'll give you my thoughts afterwards, and we will go from there.
I am Vitaly Tchernenko, physician and virologist. I live in Novosibirsk in Russia. I will record this journal to document the events in New York City after what they call the dollar flu outbreak. I am fortunate to be in New York now as I am to speak at Sinai Hospital Medical Conference. I hope to be of some use in this crisis. I have, how does one say it, mixed feelings. One does not wish others to suffer, but for virologists it is also excellent opportunity to learn. The first does not cancel out the second. Oh, I should add, English is not my best language, but more people speak it here than Russian, so I will use it. My talk at the conference has been postponed, as is the conference itself. This is not a surprise. The Russian consulate has called me in. I am to stay here in the consulate building until the crisis has passed. It's very comfortable, more comfortable than my hotel, in fact, but here one feels a little bit like a prisoner. Am I not more useful to help with the study of green poison? This is what they are calling the virus. If I can work with others, it feels like the bad old days. At least I still have my phone and internet. I will try to stay up on how things develop. Perhaps I can be of help from here. This is all very frustrating. I have a colleague in New York, Dr. Amherst Gordon. He was at Vector for a one-year exchange years ago. Productive time. He was very interested in my work, taking a dangerous virus, Ebola, say, and make small changes to the genome to make the virus less deadly but also more fertile. In the end, harmless version will win out over harmful one. That is the idea. At the time it was theory. Now, maybe it is possible using computer and modified 3D printer. I want to speak to Dr. Amherst and see what he thinks. I have called him, but he has not yet answered. I am troubled by the news. The DCD says the virus may be smallpox, but the live smallpox virus is kept in just two places in the world, DCD and Vector in Siberia, where I work. It is very, very hard to access if one does not have the proper security clearance. If this is true, the one behind this may have the connection to DCD or Vector. They may even be known to me. It is disturbing. Still, no answer from Dr. Amherst. I am concerned for his health. I want to go to his home to make sure he is safe, but I am not permitted to leave consulate. I am too vital to Russian interests. So they tell me. Пожалуйста. Watching and reading the news, I am now convinced that the virus is not smallpox, but rather modified virus based on smallpox. Why? Because the symptoms are similar, but, what is the word? Tweaked. Faster transmission, more lethal, optimized. This is what I was trying to defend against. Modified virus is weaponized for terrorism. I remember having long talks with Dr. Amherst about it. The consul will not allow me to contact the DCD and share what I know. They say soon we are leaving the United States. That I am so close to being able to help, yet so far makes me angry and terribly sad. I still have heard nothing from Dr. Amherst. I fear the worst. I am so furious. They left me. They left me. For weeks, I did as I was told. I came to consulate. I did not contact DCD. I stayed hidden while an epidemic raged outside. And I might know better than anyone what is really going on. I hid so well, it seems, that they forgot to tell me of the evacuation. They left... This is a wonderful English phrase. In the dead of the night. I have no words. And now I'm here, in the city, under martial law, with no protection. There is only one benefit to this. Now there is no one to tell me I cannot contact DCD and offer my help, or find Dr. Amherst. Now I am free. I hope it is not too late. Boy, outside is worse than I expected. Before I thought this was a crisis to get through, then rebuild. Now, I'm not so sure. I want to go to Dr. Amherst's home to see if he's alive, but I do not think it is safe to do this. The streets seem dangerous. There are almost no police. This is not the New York I remember. It is wiser to stay in consulate for now, I think. At least here, the internet sometimes works. I have alerted the Russian embassy in Washington to my presence. They say they will come for me when blockade is lifted. Until then, I wait.
So this one's obviously interesting because of the significance of Tchernenko, and kind of establishes it, at least his perceived innocence in this whole situation, up until the point that the LMB escapes with him at the end of the Russian consulate mission, which, this is kind of leading up to that point, I assume, these phone recordings. He seems like he wants to help. It seems like he was trying not to cross over any lines until he basically got abandoned, and now he feels like he has a duty to help. What I think is interesting, for some of the rumors that we've had on the location of the next game, and maybe this is or maybe this isn't kind of a shout out to that, but there at the very end where he says that he alerted the Russian embassy in Washington to his presence. I mean, that's a very clear indication that things must still be going okay in DC, or at least haven't gotten bad yet. And it's a name drop of a different city, which we don't get too many of. It kind of follows through with my hope and suspicion that the Division 2 is going to be in DC. We very well could have a Tchernenko related storyline, or at least a side quest or something like that. I'm suspecting pretty heavily that the Division 2 will have a much more significant single player campaign and storyline. But we'll see. Other than that, I feel like it's mostly stuff that we kind of learn either from listening to this, talking about how he realizes it's not just smallpox, it's modified. His almost desperation to contact Amherst. It's cool. I think it's really, really interesting. So this is one I feel like is really good to listen to. I think it's a great one to end this part of the series on. And that's about all I have to say about that. So that said, we will be doing the echoes. We will be doing the various other the intel that's left. I'm probably not going to do the Lost Agents. That's a lot. But maybe if I have time, depending on when the sequel is going to come out, we'll see. Maybe I'll just do the whole dang thing. Until then, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for listening. Subscribe, like the video, comment below. Check out the description of the video to see all my other plethora of things. And until the next time, this is Bond Diesel.